It's not looking good. Are the Boston Celtics turning the Dallas Mavericks into Minnesota Timberwolves? Not looking good. By both superstars. Luka Doncic, I give him credit. He's doing all he can do. He will blame the free throws. He will blame the turnovers. And 8 turnovers is a lot. It's a lot. But when you're forcing that action, you're trying to make things happen, trying to put your team on your back, trying to rally, fighting through double teams, over dribbling, you're going to have some turnovers. Kyrie Irving is the one who's going to have to step up. He's going to have to realize the finals started. He's playing against one of his former teams. And he's going to have to help Luka Doncic out. He knows that. He knows he got to play better. The whole team has to play better. But the role players are winning on the Boston Celtics side of the ball. They're getting more action. They're getting more people involved. They got their role players in 20, 25 points, 26. Jrue Holiday, guys stepping up, along with Tatum and Brown. Too much high activity going on for these Boston Celtics. And if these Dallas Mavericks are going to slow them down, they're going to have to put the D in Dallas. They're going to have a sense of urgency about themselves. They're going to have to start flying around the ball. And they're going to have to pay attention to detail, and I'm expecting them to do that when they go back home. I'm not expecting no sweep. I'm shocked right now that it's 2-0. I thought for sure it would go down in a split, at least a split. But Dallas got to go back home. They got to get some of that home cooking. Kyrie Irving's going to have to play very much more aggressive. He's going to have to get to his bag. He's going to have to get through the lane. He's going to have to hit his jump shot, some threes, getting people involved. It's got to be a mixture. Everybody has to be involved for the Dallas Mavericks like they were in the Minnesota series. You got to have some role players step up. It's the only way you're going to compete with this team. We already knew they were stacked. We knew Boston Celtics were stacked, and pretty much they were going to win the NBA championship. But if Dallas is going to win it, Luka Doncic is going to have to continue to put the numbers he's been putting up. Not only that, cut down on the turnovers. He's going to have to trust his teammates more, because a high usage of his offense, sometimes that's not the recipe. They want him high usage, as long as everybody else is not involved. But Kyrie and Luka Doncic have to play out of their minds every game just to compete and hopefully to pull out a victory. But yeah, turnovers, free throws, more efficiency by Kyrie Irving, and some of these role players stepping up, getting in the high teens and hopefully early 20s to help some of this offense out. But man, the Boston Celtics, Derek White, we keep talking about him. The defense, as you see the block shot. Boston Celtics want it. They want it. All out effort. This is a point guard going up there like a big man, saying no layups, no dunks. That's what it's going to have to take to win the NBA Finals. Boston Celtics already know that. Jayson Tatum don't even have to have a high point game, 25, 30 points to even win. That's scary. That just shows you how deep this team is when he can be off and they still can win the game. But no one-trick pony for Jayson Tatum. He's rebounding. He's rebounding. You know, he's assisting. He's doing other things. So he's a kid in a candy store just sitting back, relaxing, cruise control. And if Jaylen Brown and other guys not hitting their shots, he would step up to the plate. But Jaylen Brown, my goodness, who is the MVP of this finals for Boston? Jaylen Brown is making a hell of a case. We know he's not the best player on the team, so we think. But man, right now, he's the MVP of the finals. Continue to do what he's doing and they keep winning. Staying aggressive. And what we talked about Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum this year coming in. They're not letting anybody off the hook. How are they living in the paint? They're not shooting jump shots all night long. They putting pressure on that rim. And it changed the whole dynamic of this team. And then you got the unicorn. Hopefully he's not out extended time. Guy's been fighting injuries pretty much his whole career. The way it's looking right now, even if they don't have him in a lineup, I think Boston still can pull this out. I just don't see the Dallas Mavericks mustering up anything, man, unless they go home and show us something different and they start cooking. Start cooking in some expensive grease, or they don't get themselves back in the series. Simple as that. So the story of this series is Dallas Mavericks have got to play with more sense of urgency. They got to get more people involved for the role players. Luka Doncic is going to do what he's going to do, but he can't be too much high usage because a turnover is going to happen. Then he's going to be tired. I don't want to say his free throws because he was tired, but he's taxed. Kyrie Irving. It's a lot of blame to go around. The Don is taking some blame. Kyrie, role players, I'm pretty sure. But as a collective unit, they got to have each other's back. And when they go home, play with your hair on fire. Kyrie Irving, I'm pretty sure he's going to come out in Game 3 looking to make a statement. He needs to be more efficient. He has to take about the same amount of shots. 22 to 25 is good. But Luka Doncic is doing his thing. P.J. Washington, continue to step up. Need some help out there on that offensive end. Lively. You have to play lively. In the paint, blocking shots. Get some energy up. And for a scheme in the Boston Celtics, pick your poison. You can't have both of those guys go off. I know the role players are unique and they're top notch, but how you really want to go down? Do you want to go down by the Godfather number 2, boogie down Jaylen Brown, or do you want to go down by Tatum? Which one? Or try to close both of them off and have the role players beat you. Hey, Derek White can be the star. If he's the star, they deserve to win the finals. Pick your poison. Don't have both of these guys go off. Tatum had a bad shoot night, but he still was active. He still was doing things on the floor. I'm letting role players beat me. We're going to get into the article real quick. Kyrie Irving refused to let Luka Doncic take blame for the Dallas Mavericks falling into a 2-0 hole in the NBA Finals. Doncic had 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists in Sunday's game, too. But he pointed to 2 ugly numbers in his scoreline as the primary factors in the Mavericks' 105-98 loss to the Boston Celtics. I think my turnovers and my missed free throws cost us the game, Doncic said after joining LeBron James, Charles Barkley, and Jerry West as the only players in NBA history to record a 30-point triple-double and a finals loss. So I've got to do way better in those 2 categories. But at the end of the day, we got to make shots to win the game. That's the name of the game. You have to make shots, but if you put that D in Dallas, it might can hold up a little bit until you find your rhythm. You can't have both ends falling apart. Kyrie Irving, like I said before, he's paying his former team. I don't know. Maybe he's got too much into it. Maybe the crowd heckling him. I doubt it. He's a veteran. He shouldn't be allowing that to bother him. Maybe he's pressing too much. You want to have a hell of a game, and it's just not showing up for him. But like I say, home cooking, going home is going to help this team out, especially for the role players. They should be playing a lot better than they've been. But they got to get more help. More help. It can't just be 2 guys going off and nobody else is doing anything. They got to have P.J. Washington, somebody get in the 20s or high teens, but efficiency. 3-pointers in the paint where they're making a noise. Lively. Got to be lively. You got to be moving around in that paint, jumping around, blocking shots, rebounding, getting out and running. Because you don't want to go against a set Boston Celtics defense. Get out and run. But like I say, the task might be too big. Boston Celtics, who we thought they were.
But they are who we thought they were.
And these role players led by Derek White, these guys want a championship. And it's right there knocking on the door. So 2-0 lead by the Boston Celtics. Will the Dallas Mavericks get back in this series? Will they get some home cooking? Will they win game 3? Put a little pressure at least on the Boston Celtics. Because if not, I don't think it's going to be a sweep. But they go down 3-0. You got to start thinking about this. I think the Mavericks are good enough not to get swept in this series. We don't want to see that for no finals anyway. So you're going to get the Dallas Mavericks' best shot in game 3. All they have to offer. Whatever artillery they have, whatever schemes, the game plan, what they're going to do to Jaylen Brown, JAYSON Tatum, and this team, you're going to see it in game 3. They played piss poor as a collective unit. The pressure wasn't there. Attention to detail. The energy has to be up. If not, they're going to be down. And I mean all the way down. To boogie down Jaylen Brown and JAYSON Tatum. So, are they going to get back in this series? Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I don't think it's over. I think the Dallas Mavericks are far more capable of going home and winning 2 themselves. But they got to have a whole different attitude about it.
I got a new attitude.
They got to act like they're hungry. Hungrier or hungry again. Just like early in the playoffs. It seemed like they wanted it real bad. But have they met their match? It's possible. But all fails, at least have the energy. Show up for your teammates. You're in the finals. This is Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Let me know what y'all think about this. Are the Mavericks done? Can they get back in this series? Who's the finals MVP up to this point? And will Kyrie Irving show up in game 3? He has to show up in game 3. And knowing Kyrie Irving, his expertise, his professionalism, his talent, his clutchness, I'm expecting a big game from him. Making it money. Y'all enjoy yourselves. We out of here. Peace.